Ladder time. I don't know about Try Hard Tuesday, but I definitely need some derusting, and I figured that ladder was a good place to start. So the plan today is to do ladder games, and then after playing the ladder games, to watch my own replays and do a little bit of analysis. And yes, I do have a elite ladder rating, I believe. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna be losing that today. Womp womp. Unless I manage to like win and lose exactly the same number of games against roughly the same rank people, this could also be a thing. I don't know. I am almost back up to taking 1400 rank again. It is very, very close. Also, apparently no one within my rank range is queuing because there were like 5 or 6 people in queue in the last 2 rollovers and have not matched. Let me go over to chat and just like ping Aeolus. There we go. The call has been made. 2v2 or just 1v1 today? I am not the person to carry you out of 1k rank 2v2. I don't think I've even hit 1k rank in 2v2 yet. Right, can I see that here? Um I'm not sure. I don't know that I can. I don't remember what rank I am in 2v2s. No idea. Aw, Pico. Come on. Orver. Welcome in. Been watching you for years. This is my first time ever in your stream. Well, welcome in, dude. Yeah, my YouTube life has been kind of dead recently, so it is unsurprising that people are trying to search other places. So I have no rank. It's been reset. Okay. That would explain a few things. Um, Brinkface is not on the screen because reasons. Basically, I'm a little bit low energy today, and it is a lot less mental overhead on top of playing the game if I also um don't have camera on. So I think this will let me focus a little bit more on what's going on in the game and maybe even fit in reading chat a little bit extra. Understandable. Have a nice day. Gorley, are you saying that you're leaving? Have a nice day, goodbye. Because I don't have a face cam? Because the just about the last thing about my stream that I would call appealing would be my face, but wahahaha. Yeah, for real, Pico. I know that you're not 1200 ladder rank, by the way, but I think you are close enough ladder rank that you could get me in the queue. It's the meme thing. Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. Omega derp. Dalhousie, it's fine. It's fine. I just need to stream today. I had intended to stream yesterday and I just did not have it in me. But I'm gonna stream today. I'm gonna do some FAF, maybe a little bit of Mech Warrior later. We'll see how things hold up. And then tomorrow I'm planning to do some Creeper World. So I swore on Achieve's mum I wouldn't touch ladder again. Yeah. Someone go run Pico down with a step ladder. That's like a whole new dimension to step on a crack and you break your. Is it break your mama's back? Or is it break your daddy's back? I don't remember. I was not a big hopscotcher back in the day, you know? You're the sole reason. I know how to play FAF. I'm so glad that I've touched your soul in such a way. Also, the reason the reason I started playing. All right, so guys, we know what Corver's weakness is. He obviously is a superior power staller since he learned everything from me. So basically, all you have to do if you meet him in a game is snipe 1 or 2 P-gens, and he will just completely fold. Don't use this strategy on me. Please. I beg. I beg for mercy. I know, right, Pico? Just imagine. Welcome in, Roman. And Syndicus. Heyo. Okay, look, Corvers. It's a self-burn more than anything. As long as you're doing what I say and not copying what I do, I'm sure you're doing perfectly fine. I don't know, Syndicus. Why are the points called sanity? Because we gain them by watching you. And I'm pretty sure I lose sanity while watching you. That's actually a very good question. I named it sanity because it's very difficult to quantify insanity. Like, how do you create a metric of the absence of something? And how do you maintain a count of what you are losing over time? Also, it seems like I'm not going to find a ladder partner, so I may actually dip into the 2v2 queue. I'm going to let it spool a couple more times and see if anybody gets in here. And actually, I'm going to ping... Did I ping Supcom looking for games? I'm going to. At Supcom. 1200-ish. Rank ladder queue is happening today if you wanna hit the button. There we go. And I'll give it a couple more spools. We just had a couple more people join the queue, so maybe one of them will match me. Yeah, I know, Syndicus. There are... Yeah. I'm not very good at managing a Twitch channel, I'm sorry. Just make it lost brain cells. Okay, Pico. Yep, okay. I get it. That works. Sanity times... I think that's a little more complicated than I really want to get into. Yeah, Metal Squirrel. It would make sense if it counted into the negatives. But... yeah. Corvers, please don't. Please, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I called out your only weakness. I'm sure that no one would have discovered it if I had not revealed it to be so. Fuel theory? Fuel? What is that? So the answer is obviously no, I've not watched Cool Theory. Wait, is this the one, yes, the hamburger not, okay, I'm not reading this. This seriously hurt my brain last time. Basically, it's a quantification of the abstract. So it's like increasing levels of non sequitur and nonsense. It's a fairly interesting read, but like, don't do it on a day that you don't want to have a migraine. It gets weird. It gets very weird. Please, no, I don't want to listen to someone speaking it out. Hey, we got a match. Don't know who it is. Well, let's see what we got. I think that this is the right button. Yes, please, maybe. Yeah, let's go. Maybe we matched with Roman. Oh, Electric Foot also has joined the queue. All right, the only thing I ask is that you don't stream snipe me, please. I'm going to have a hard enough time with this as it is. Please have mercy on my soul. Also, I will fix the minimap momentarily. Got to get my build going first. Oh, dear God. Reverse is chunky on, like, My least favorite map ever in history, ever. Oh, it's Loki. No. Okay. You need to, like, stop. There we go. I hate Loki with a fiery passion. Okay. So, do I want to my ACU north or east? Probably north? Maybe? I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna go right. I gotta think about this. Good gracious. This is gonna take a hot minute. It has been a long time since I played this, much less any ladder. And oof. Oof. Okay, so basically we just wanted to like mass reclaim up this way. And then do that, and then do that. And hopefully that'll work. Let me send one mech marine over that way. Tag the scout to that one, and then one mech marine up there, just in case something falls out a little differently than I anticipate it doing. Now we've got enough power. So we assist that, and then send this down here. Okay. Hi. That's a lot of labs. Chunky has sent a lot of labs. And a couple of scouts. Okay. Send this over here. Oh, sea doodles. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and build another one of these. And then we're just gonna kinda lay some stuff out here. E-storage. Move up the back. That's a tank. Probably sent... I need to check here. Because there's a good chance that those labs... Aha! There's one something or other there. An assist there. Yep, there it is. There it is. Move that off to the side. Okay. So basically, those labs are going to be trying to raid me out to where...
Commander under attack.
I'm not able to actually expand and do anything. Let's do that there. We're going to go there. That is a lab there. Let's go up here, just on the offside chance that he sends... Oh, nope. I saw that. What you got, brah? Okay. Little bit of a power problem, but that's okay. We will solve it momentarily. Okay. He's guarding his engineers. We got to get that down. And then I need to find that other lab that got into the back. Oh, buddy. This map is not kind at all. I don't like it. It's got a weird expansion pattern. Got way too much crap going on. I am very mass stalled. Like, all in all, just not super cool. And I don't have a great build order to get this going, so that's kind of going to make it even harder. Alright, so we've got a T1 bomber over here. I'm just going to go ahead and airlock him because we have way more air. Like that. And then these, I'm going to do... I'm actually going to drop 2 land factories over here. I don't want to get sucker punched on this. I realize that this is not optimal, but I just... Yeah. I think I need to. And then this scout... Let's see. That was probably a mistake on air. Nah, we'll win it. Okay, so his ACU is going to the right, which means that we should have free reign on the north. So I'm going to go ahead and shift this further up. And then you two, we're going to try to get a land factory down over on that side. And then this, let's see. I'm going to go check and make sure that there's not anything getting established over here. And do that. Okay. So he's built an anti-air turret. That's good. Waste of mass on his part. And then we should be able to get this up just fine. Heard an explodimication. Yeah, we're good. All right. And we got our mass balance situation handled. So that is also super duper duper good. What we want to do is we want to send 2 tanks over this way just to make sure that he's not edge guarding us. And then this, we're going to store some tier 1 engineers and go for a tier 2 mass extractor before moving tier 2. I think that we will have enough space to get this done. And we're going to try to get a more secure hold on this area. All right, so we're going to effectively raid him out. Yeah, we're going to effectively raid him out, get a bunch of mass. We're good there. And then we're going to move tier 2. This is a reasonably stable hold. It was not a great start, I will readily admit, but we're making something out of it, I think. Although we are losing a few engineers in the process, which is suboptimal, but I think we'll be okay. We're going to bring these guys back down now that the raiding has been accomplished. Start a base of operations over here. And then we need to start getting radar down in a few places. We did have 1 engineer survive here, so I'm going to go ahead and rebuild there. He's trying to edge me out up on that side, which is frustrating. And I need to find his ACU again. Let's go here, because I would assume that it is somewhere in that vicinity. All right, we're a little mass stalled again. Mostly due to... Okay. Mostly due to bringing those extra factories online, but I think we'll be all right. I'm going to move... I didn't see his ACU here. Anywhere. That's a lot of tanks on the north. Okay. So he is going for a relatively substantial amount of tier 1 spam, especially on this northern side. So I need to make sure that I can hold this position here. So we're going to move that there. Go for... Oh my goodness, where's my key? There it is. Go for that there. Like, I'm probably going to lose that. I'm not going to put a ton of effort into it, but I want to make sure that I can do something with it. And then this, I guess, no, I don't want to put my ACU that far out of position. I'm actually going to take it to base, I think. His ACU really isn't in combat currently, and I don't want to get sniped. This is way too cautious play. Would not recommend. Don't do as I am doing right now, but I'm a little bit paranoid. We're going to fast zap a tier 2 mechs and then assist that tier 2 factory. Ooh, nice. He was not prepared for this. Good. Okay, stop that. Engineer. Okay. That engineer, we should be able to take this side. And he's got tier 2. So pillars are on the map. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay. So these right here, if we get enough of them together, we can re-raid that. Should work out okay. And then we're going to go ahead and take our tier 2s and get another mass extractor upgrade. This over here, he's got no tier 2 mexes, and we have more of his side of the map rated out than he has of ours. So right now we're at an economic advantage, and we're not at a tech disadvantage. So I think that we're actually in a pretty good spot. I'm going to drop a tier 2 P-Gen. And then one thought that I've just had is that there is a chance he has a tack launcher or something that's gone down there, which would be real sucky. So I'm going to go ahead and do something about that. Get a scout out, see what's out there. We also need a tier 2 radar somewhere out on the front. Would be super nice. Let's get a tier 1 radar. Make sure that we're denying all of our areas. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so we've got our tier 2 up at the front now. Mobile shield, flak, all kind of good stuff. We can probably go ahead. Let's see, 3. Let's finish this. And then this last tier 2 mechs, and then we will just go hardcore pillar production. I don't think there's anything that he'll be able to do about it. He's got 2 factories producing tier 2 right now. Oh crap, he got in behind me. I really need that radar over here. I do have 2 factories online though, and I don't think that there's anything that he can do about that. He's not going to be able to kill them quickly enough. So let's attack, move an engineer over there, and we got the pillars on him. Yeah, boy. Okay, cool. ACU is over here. Let's tag that in. See if this is viable to raid, and then we'll have the engineer out in just a second. Okay. Okay. All right, so we got a mobile flak. That's a radar, fully capped. So he's probably going to try to tier 2 radar that. That right there. Get a little reclaim. And then this, we're going to tier 2. And that is going to go straight mongoose. Because I intend to have a little fun with this. Okay, so the mobile shield in the middle here is actually really good for us. See how much damage that thing is soaked? That's like a dozen tier 1 tanks in HP that have been prevented from dying. And now we have this lovely bit of reclaim here that we can take. And this right here, we can go over and kill. This ACU, I think that dot is an ACU rather, is what I meant to say. Which means that we've actually done reasonably well for ourselves here. Again, I think that we are relatively substantially ahead in eco. He may have a slight edge in actual unit count, but I don't think that's going to be too nasty. He is scouting me. He knows where my ACU is. He also caught my units out of position. Let's go tier 2 air, actually. That seems like a good plan. We can get some napalm on the field. He's got enough land units that the napalm will actually be very, very strong. All right, we're going to go clean some crap out. Let's go do it. I also think that both of these at this point can go to tier 2 supports and also start spamming lots of crap there. So that's good. Cool. Janus time? Yes! You have no idea. It is gonna be good! Okay, he's gonna raid my couple of little mexes here, but honestly, I do not care. I'm also gonna get another tier 2 P-Gen because it's time. And we're gonna upgrade that little bit there. Okay, do not regretty my spaghetti. So that We're going to take a couple of those and move over there, and then we're going to try to tag this radar. Why does he have 2 tier 2 radars in the center? That's a weird one. That's a real weird one. I am very confused. What we're going to do is we're going to grab a tier 2 radar right on the front edge here, which I think will do very nicely for us. Hey, there's the commander. Look at that. Pillars. We're just going to do great pillars from 1. That. Sweet. Okay. Missed that there was a point defense here, but it's okay. We had enough T1 artillery and tier 2 tanks here that the weight of firepower was plenty to take that out. I am still slightly nervous about how this is going down, honestly. Let's start congregating our units here. Instead, we've got the north side exceptionally secure. I'm just going to take this right here. And then we're going to get a little bit of intel, figure out what exactly is over on this side. That's at least 3 pillars to my south that I don't have on radar. Maybe 4. Yeah, you can tell because of the doubled shots. The T1 tanks have a single bullet, and the tier 2s have a double. This is going to end up being a little bit of mass donation, I think, so I'm going to back it up. Yeah, we're going to go here. And then my tier 2 congregating here will work out. Move those there. And we've actually got a surplus of mass, so I'm going to do another upgrade there. Going to reinforce here. And then I think it's actually time to go tier 3. Yeah. We're going to go tier 3 straight freaking straight Titan spam. And then we have 2 Janus right now. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go tag his radars. Those are going to die, and it is going to be glorious. And then we have plenty of tier 2. So I'm going to go ahead and start moving all of that in. And then get a scout tagged over there. Excellent. Start getting some napalm in on these units here. That tier 2. Actually, let's take all of them. Let's go for the tier 2 power. We want to be mindful of flak, not get too caught up in some stuff here. And that's a lot of units there. So we're actually going to take the south route. Keep congregating on that. I'm not sure if that will actually die. We will find out. Oh, it might die actually. Hey. No, there's the next row of napalm. Please, 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 please. Nope, just barely short. Dang it. Okay. We got this. This is called the round Timbuktu strategy. Let's go. Okay. Take advantage of this while his main force is moving to the left. And then that would also, I think... Oh, nope, he's going to the north. Okay. Interesting pathfinding choices here. Very interesting. Yes, I know that I'm abandoning this to its fate. It's fine. Don't worry about it. One PD there. Go there. Get the reclaim. And we're going to go all the way to the north. Oh my goodness, is this actually going to work? Haha, yes! Napalm, son! Good deal. Good deal. That was worth it. Okay, he's bringing a bunch of his units down to the south now. Let's congregate these a little bit. Move these in from the north. Do I have a Titan out yet? I do not have a Titan out yet. This is going for a very slow upgrade. Oh, that's a commander. Do I have enough to kill that? Maybe actually. Let's go try to cut this off. Because either way, his units are going to get way out of position. Way out of position here. Okay, I got to run him down a little bit and then move in again. Oh, dear. Yep, he's dead. Woot woot! Oh. Okay. I don't know that I actually deserve that win. I feel like I worked way too hard for that. Oh. Bad game. He didn't power stall. Isn't that the whole point, though? Force the other person to power stall and not power stall yourself? This is why I pulled my ACU in. I was just like, you know what? I don't want one more thing to worry about. I'm just going to skedaddle skadoodle, get my noodle off the front. But yeah, I feel like that went pretty well. So overall, I'm not going to rewatch this replay because I feel like I have a pretty good grasp of what was going on. Overall, I just played super duper conservatively and got those early T2 mexes. You'll notice that he did eventually get some tier 2 mexes up in his base, but I have 2 more than he does. And I had superior map control for a pretty good portion of the game. And then was able to secure the reclaim up here. He got his expansion trashed at least once, and I was able to deny the bases on both sides for a pretty decent while. So it's like all of that cumulatively added up to a pretty significant unit advantage on my side. I'm not sure that the T3 push here was necessary and or the right choice. I would have to think about that. Because this could have been like 10 more pillars. And he did have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish. About a dozen. Yeah, this was slightly stronger than both of these combined forces, and then he actually had more down here. So I was at a slight unit disadvantage for having spent the mass on this T3 factory upgrade. The Chad move is to have 95% T3 HQ and win by superior land. Okay. No. I didn't have superior land. That's the whole point. I was actually at a slight disadvantage on land, but he had his ACU out of position. Or rather, he had his ACU over here, and he didn't have enough units in position to defend his commander. Because in that particular instance, if he would have landed a couple of overcharges, he would have even more firmly secured his position as a bit superior to me in land. But the ACU mismove. The Chad move is to have 38 Novaks. Nice. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that in a ladder game. Probably had enough going on to start a T3, but there wasn't a need as long as your lesser units can keep them down. Yeah. Yumika? Yes. 1v1s are significantly harder than 4v4s because you don't have a team to fall back on. You have to balance your own eco, you have to watch your own stuff, you have to build your own radar, you have to do your own scouting. Like, it makes you a better player because it forces you to cover all of your bases, but it is more difficult to do. So up till 10 minutes, we were actually dead tied. Like, I cannot even see the individual lines up until 6 minutes, 7 minutes. And then he got like just barely ahead on mass. And then from 10 minutes on, I was ahead. This is probably like right around here was where I finished the first 2 tier 2 mass extractor upgrades. And then after that, it was scaling. Things I could have improved. Definitely could have improved my reclaim patterns. In the end, it came out okay, but there was definitely stuff on the map that could have been reclaimed that wasn't. So that's something that I should definitely work on. Oh, man. Am I also going to do team matchmaker? I don't know. I'm just going to do this for a while and see how things go. Olive, I hate to tell you this, but I don't think that there are power-ups for the shovel bot. Swackle, yes, indeed. Once you start building Novax, you never stop building Novax. Because you always need one more than what you have. I'm not gonna lie, they're actually really freaking strong if you can get more than 5 of them. But you have to remember that by the time you have 6, you could have 2 T3 artillery pieces, which arguably would be more effective. I don't know. By the time you have 9 to 10 Novaxes, I think they're getting to the point where they're at least as good, if not better, in certain situations than their T3 artillery equivalent. Because they do provide their own intel, and their single target damage, they don't miss. But, yeah. 5 wasted mass versus 6 wasted mass. Those 15% did it for you. Okay. Giannis, I don't know where you saw the bot go super shovel, but please take pictures next time. I need to document that just in case it goes rogue. Well, crap. We got Giannis. All right, I'm going to get my ass handed to me, so let's just do the best we can. This map, Abhor. Okay. This is going to be interesting. I don't think that I need to push my ACU ahead immediately. Like, there is reclaim scattered around the map, but it's relatively evenly distributed, and I think the map control is actually more important. So getting the factories on is going to be a bigger deal. So I'm going to do this, actually, and then figure out where I want to send my ACU. I'm not going to do any raiding. Is that a lie? I think that's actually a lie. I'm going to send 1 tank to his side. Okay. So we're going to do that. And then after that, get land factories around here. We're going to send the first tank directly back to the hydro. I have no idea where his ACU is going to end up. I haven't ever seen Giannis play this map, so I don't know. But I get the impression that there's going to be an unguarded engineer over there, and I, on the other hand, am going to thoroughly guard my engineer. And then we'll start expanding over this direction. I think the ACU is probably going to be more useful over here. And then there's also hills that I can play Ring Around the Rosie with if I get trapped. So I'ma do that. We're just gonna like, oh no, that's water. Is it? No. Yes? Yes, that's water. Okay, yeah, that's the perfect place for my ACU. Alright, let's do that. And then we're gonna do thisy doodles. We're gonna go grab a little bit of manual reclaim because I am stalling like hell. And then we'll meet up with the ACU. Let's actually send this dude to the back as well. I hear. Wait a minute. What did you pass? You probably passed a lab. Okay, I did, and then he saw where the tank was headed, so now he's tagged onto me. Also, we're both Seraphim this time. But oh, the HP is too dang low. Oof. Maybe I can kill this engineer over here. Maybe. It's gonna be really close. I've also got way too much power and not enough mass. So the next time I do this map, I need to incorporate that into my build. No, I didn't place the move order far enough. Dang it all. Okay, that was actually, that would have been pretty good if that had finished. Killing the engineer there. Okay, we're gonna start storing those up in the back. You're gonna get that. Oop, nope, wrong one. You can tell how rusty I am at FAF with this going on. I'm gonna leave just the one engineer building those because we don't have enough mass for them anyway. We're gonna go get more land factory, or not land factories, more mass extractors, I should say. Ooh, same for you. Grab the big rock, get a little reclaim, and then do that, and get a radar down over there between the skulls. Okay. Other things to consider. We need to get those mass extractors in the back. We need to probably try to drop the plateaus at some point. Would be beneficial. Mix in extra Zooies, because he's probably going to be mixing in extra Zooies. That's a scout. Jonas is in the middle, not taking an upgrade, and has 1, 2, 3, 4. Going on 5 land factories. 6 land factories. Okay, I have 5, and I'm building my 6th as well. So I think that all in all, we're pretty okay. We're handling things about even right now, which I think is good. Let's go ahead and get a couple more at least on this side. And then we're going to deny Jonas's expansion over here. So that's really good for us, actually. Let's move over there. Let's move over. We know the ACU is here. Well, crap. Move that back. This is going to prevent the run by. This. We need to the center. That was a run by there. So let's take 2 tanks and go guard this engineer. And yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. This dude. Go get a little reclaim, shall we? And then we need to make sure that this is clear. Oh my goodness, there's Rex in the back. Can I there we go. I hate sometimes how stuff in the water doesn't actually add up. I'm not sure if that is actually pathable. We'll find out. I'm just going to leave this engineer working on that alone. I heard tanks firing on this side, but I'm not sure if it was actually... Yeah, I'm just not sure. Let's get a scout over this way. Try to figure out where the stuff is, clean it up. Jonas has got a tier 2 mechs in the back, so if I am too lackadaisical about this, there's actually a chance that he will overcome me with economy later on. So I want to make sure that that does not happen. We're going to continue our tier 1 spam really freaking hard. Okay, I don't see any units here. Let's try to move up. The worst thing that can happen right now is a gun comm. So let's all just cross our fingers and hope that there isn't a gun comm. I just realized that I've not been building any more power. This is not necessarily the end of the world. I did have an extra hydro, but I do need more power. Let's do that. And then that is a non-gun commander. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that. 1 reclaim, move commander to the middle, and we're going to place bets on us having more spam than he does. And you two, going to do this. Bum, 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 ba, da, 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 dum. And that should be good. Okay. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 land factories currently on his side. Let me see if he has anything in his expansion over here. So we have equal or superior land spam quantities. We have 9. Okay, turn on our other. Yeah. Okay, so there's no extra factories over here. I'm going to abandon this. We're going to try to bait him in and cut him off from retreat here and just close in and kill. I think that he'll have his ACU out of position. This is going to be somewhat of a risky bet, but I think it will work.
Commander under attack.
I'm going to cut off the retreat directly. He's got intel on me. He's he's pulling directly back into the base with his units. So he's probably doing the same thing with his ACU. This is somewhat of a gamble, I'm not going to lie. But we're going to give it a shot. If this doesn't work, I'm going to be in real bad shape. Oh, he went tier 2. Aha, that's why I got more units. Okay, cool. Yup, I think we'll be able to kill him here. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get this kill.
Commander under attack.
Yeah, boy. And he's dead. Positioning, positioning, positioning. It is all about the positioning. Whew. Yeah. Feel bad for him, honestly, but it is what it is. Is he gonna draw me? I don't think he's gonna draw me. It's gonna be close. No, 7,500 HP, I'm good. Well, he's building tier 1 point defense. Nope, we're good. Oh, man. All right, yeah, that was very risky. That was very risky. But I think it was the right call. Because he just didn't have enough units in the middle. And I had so much tier 1 spam. This would have actually been a huge problem if I hadn't killed him right then. That was perfectly timed. Because if he had gotten that tier 2 point defense complete and 1 or 2 tier 1 PD like 20 seconds earlier, I don't think he would have died, and then he would have had the tier 2 advantage. Now, that being said, I have a lot more land than he does. Like, a lot more land. I don't think it's actually guaranteed that he could have turtled his way to victory on that one. It would have definitely made the game not as easy to conclude. But I think I did all right. Woof. Oh, no. It's fine, Jonas. T2 and 2 T2 mexes? I don't know about that. I didn't have any tier 2 mass extractors, but I had more lands. I had more mass extractors total and more land control than you did. Like, you don't actually have more eco than I do, I think. Let's go to the score screen and find out. I am pretty sure that we were close on that. Do mass in. No, Jonas actually did have a pretty good lead there. That is surprising. I bet that he had way more manual reclaim than I did. I mass stalled at the very beginning because I didn't have enough manual reclaim. And then he got the early tier 2 mechs off of that, which actually ramped him pretty well. He had 30% more mass over the course of the game than I did. All right. I was wrong. Jonas has more income. By a fairly wide margin. But I think this goes to show the general principle with the game, where mass extractors don't have sufficient DPS. It takes time. It takes time to convert that into combat units. And yeah. Why do you have 72 structures? Does it individually count walls? It must. It must individually count walls because John has had like a lot of PD templates out, and I think that's the difference here. Land, I only built 4 more units than he did, but I think he had more engineers than I did. Manual reclaimed 4 rocks. Mexes don't win games. Shooting the enemy ACU in the face wins games. Not always. Not always, but sometimes. Before 10 minutes, that's a pretty good assumption to make, yes. Shooting the ACU in the butt is also valid. No, you build more than 5. You build the 4 diagonal, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you have that bow tie at the bottom, which is 3 more. So that's 7 per, right? I build mine in a box, so that's 8. But I think I only did one point defense emplacement, so that would be 9 units. And you had 2 or 3, I think. Plasma, I don't know why his wall template is like that. It's very weird. It's got like, I don't know. Don't you know? T3 Mexes have the highest DPS in the game. UEF needs more buffs. Please put a turret on T3 Mex. T3 Mexes should double as a triad. You should get a triad for free for every single T3 Mex build. There is no way at all that this could be Imba. Pegasus, because you read the title too many times. Or you took it too literally. Something in there. My brain is too dang tired to make a joke right now. Somebody, like, fill that in for me. I know that there's people in chat that are way funnier than I am. Where is Halsey when you need him? Cleo, I do indeed have a brain. It is sometimes active, even. Sometimes. T2 upgrade costs a lot of mass as well. That doesn't do much on its own. I mean, you could put a T1 point defense on the T2 mexes. I would be fine with that. Not really. I think that might make the game just a little bit too turtly. Just a tiny bit. T3 mexes are exclusively good under 500 rating and over 2000 rating, never in between. Swackle, that is a very interesting theory that you've got there. I don't know that I could even poke too many holes in it. Thank you for the diagnosis, Peggy. I've always wondered what was wrong with me. T2 upgraded the factories of the commander. Yes. But the factory gives you access to lovely, lovely units. So, also, I am pretty sure I have all the maps, but hold on. I'm assuming that these are ladder maps. I will download them. I am probably the cause of the boondoggle. God damn it. Eye of the Storm is in Can I just delete this map? And then every time I don't load in, I just assume I was on Eye of the Storm and re-ladder? I am so tempted. I am so tempted. I hate Eye of the Storm so much. Oh, okay, Swackle. Peggy, probably the new install on the new PC. It is highly likely that I just haven't played on it because you really don't play on Tag Craftiest Maximus except on ladder, and it's been like 8 months or 6 months since I've done ladder. Need time to benefit from those set upgrades. Yeah. The T2 land factory is an interesting risk proposition because it costs several tanks. And the units you get out of it are super duper 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 good. But the dead space where you're getting that tier 2 factory online, as we just saw with Jonas, that's not as great. Because basically all of his superior eco power went into that tier 2 HQ, which got to build a grand total of 5 tier 2 engineers, which built 1 tier 2 point defense. So in effect, he spent probably 10,000 mass. How much is a T2? Hold on. How much is a T2 HQ upgrade? I am on the wrong thing. We're just going to assume that this is correct, and we're going to get a rough estimate. Okay, not 10,000. Sorry, I way overestimated that. So this is 1,000 mass-ish for a land factory. Something around in there. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And then you've got the tier 2 engineers, and then the point defense itself. It's probably close to 3,000 mass, which is a hell of a lot. A hell of a lot of tier 1 tanks. Tier 1 tanks are 52 mass apiece. So 2 for 100, 20 for 1,000, 60. Yeah, that's like 50 tier 1 tanks, easy. Conservative estimate. T2 works best when you buy yourself the space you need by winning a decent mass filled in a T1 skirmish, or spawning into the map and there being a pile of easy reclaim accessible close by to your base, and you're on a 10-kilometer map, so you don't have to buy yourself the room like on a 5-kilometer map, because a tier 2 upgrade is suicide on a 5-kilometer map. And then you just like suck up the rocks and overbuild power at the very beginning, and you just like fast upgrade 1 tier 2 mechs, and then put all of your assistants on the tier 2 factory and get that. Yeah, I won versus Jonas, but Jonas is also rusty and tired, so I don't really feel like... I don't feel like that was a conquest, necessarily. Jonas is very good. He will kill me. Like, halfway tired, kind of not rusty Jonas owns me in most ladder maps. So I can't relax, but that was not Jonas at his optimal. I wouldn't say I'm crushing, basically. Yeah, I sacrificed my elite ranking. I'm sorry. Hi, Halsey. Did you hear me asking for you earlier? I needed jokes, but you weren't answering. Okay, so we're versus Jonas again. Oh boy. All right. We're Seraphim versus Seraphim again. And we are on Crimson Feud. Now, Crimson Feud, this is an interesting one. I'm going to go straight engineers. I'm not going to raid. We've got 10 mexes in our base with 2 hydros. Now, I'm not saying that map control isn't important, because there's a lot of mass out there. But all things considered, I think that if we focus on getting the core base built up really quickly, we'll actually come out better in the end. I don't know. This is probably going to end really badly for me. I'm just saying. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, so basically this dude right here, his sole purpose in life is to get a little bit of reclaim and then maybe build mass extractors if there's time. We're gonna send out a tank and a scout to guard him. And then same thing on the other side. This engineer, we're going to grab these 2 in the back. And then the hydro. And then the ACU, when he gets over here, 4 mexes, assist the hydro, build a bunch of land factories. We're just going to try to go overwhelming levels of spam here. Now, I spawned here, which means Jonas spawned here, which means this tank might be able to get an engineer kill on the hydro if we play this right. So I'm going to do that. We're going to immediately go for the reclaim. And you... We're going to start streaming units up there. And actually, I'm going to stop that. We're going to go straight. We're going to go straight engineers. Okay. You... We're going to loop around that because I think it'll actually be faster in the long run. Tier 2 mechs early. Why are you not... Oh, crap. I spewed it with the wrong thing. Wow. Alright. This is going to be sketchy AF. I'm going to overflow mass, but I don't care. Because what we're essentially doing here is we are assuming that we're preventing reclaim by our opponent. We're playing this, sending this mass into the ether to prevent Jonas from getting it. This is a pure spite play. I'm not sure how well this is going to work out, to be completely honest, but we're going to try it. Alright, we're going to do that. Send that there. Jonas is... I am very confused. Where is Jonas? The hell is Jonas doing right now? I don't know. We do have the extra hydro. He has an air factory, which is not super great for us. Okay. We're gonna take these off. Oh, yep, there's the power stall. Oof, see doodles. Okay. We have forced an extensive amount of nonsense back into his base. And we got all of the reclaim in both expansions. So I'm just going to call that good enough, and we're going to pull back here. Those P-gens are building. Let me go ahead and get that out there. That reclaimed. This out to the front. +4 power at this point. Yep. Engineer's dead, but I don't care. And then we've got the air factory coming online. We're going to build 2 more P-gens here. And then assist the air factory because he's had his up longer. So we're going to need to play catch up in air. He's definitely going to have a bomber out. Okay. And then we should have enough power once this is all concluded to get a gun upgrade. And I'm going to go ahead and get an energy storage as well. That's going to build. That's going to build. Good, good, good. Let's go ahead and get a manufacturing base going up here. We're going to need more spam. I'm not sure if this is actually going to work out that well, but we will find out, won't we? Okay, we've got a mobile scout in with this now. I'm trying to mix a little bit of anti-air in at first. The overall queue will not have much anti-air in it, but there's several anti-air like right off the bat in here. And we're going to go find out what he's doing. Okay, so that is a tier 1 engineer trying to build a point defense. Interesting choice. Back that up. He has got... Oh, boy, he's got a lot of units. Okay. Right, see doodles. That's gonna be a whole thing. I'm actually gonna go tier 2, I think. Okay. We're gonna move these out here. You're queuing. I think that we can defend this. Maybe. Let's actually send half of our forces up to the top. T2 is gonna finish. We shouldn't stall. Go ahead and get reclaim here. And then you, we're going to go up to the top. And there's also units in the middle. Interesting. Focus fire those down in sequence. Hopefully that'll get that taken care of. And then those are more units out there. Okay, so Jonas, I think, has actually produced way more units than I thought he would. What is... I didn't get the scout in. We weren't able to actually see anything there. Let's go ahead and get a radar here. Let's finish this. Get one more group there. One more E-storage back to assist. And then what we're going to do with this is finish tier 2, walk up to the front a little bit, let our E-storage fill up, and then we're going to grab gun with the tier 2 upgrade, lending us some speed. Should work out fine. And this is now, like, very weak. We can actually take this no problem. Let's go ahead and add an engineer into this queue. Once you're done, we need to get reclaim here. E2 max, go there. Hi, little bud. Go away. Put that in there. I think this will work. Depends on how much radar he has out places, to be honest. Go try to get in on this side. So he's got no tier 2 factory. He's got no tier 2 mexes. I have tier 2 mexes. So this time, it's like the reverse of what was happening last time, where I have more mexes and not enough units, and he has so many freaking units. Okay. That's not super great, actually. Move that there. And let's get even more land factories. And then you... The attack launcher is going to do me no good. Oh! Yeah, it is. He's got tier 2 mexes. Ayo! Let's do this. Right. That's going to represent a significant investment on his part. And he has no tier 2 with which to defend it. So we're just going to kill it. Straight up. No worries. He does have the plateaus, which is mildly concerning. Yeah, not super great. Okay, he knows that I have attack launcher now, which is not great. Okay. I really want this to finish launching. Oh, wow. I got way more tier 2 mexes than I thought I did. And he has not sent his units in optimally. Oh, boy. Okay, that is... Ooh, that's real good for us. Okay. No, siree, Bobby. You are not getting my attack launcher. Okay. T1 artillery. Let's go there. Alright. No air units. Move that there. Move that there. Right. So basically, we just need ever more pressure here, and we'll be fine. Let's go there. You are going to go 100% T1 engineers. That was a waste. All right, back that up, back that up. I'm a little mass stalled, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah, we got our reclaim engineer out, so that's fine. Go ahead and get that reclaiming. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, we killed all of his tier 2 mexes that he built, so that's super good. Let's back these up. That's going to get a little risky. Move those there. Move those there. Move those there. You two go there. And then you are going to go tier 2, actually. Start getting Ilshis. Oh, right. The terrain isn't exactly level here, is it? Ah, dang it. There's a rise. Oh, well. He's fine. We will do what we need to do. Alright, let's see what's in the base. He's upgraded a bunch more mass extractors. He probably has tier 2 at this point. He wouldn't be re-upgrading those if he couldn't protect them. I need some more power. That is probably tier 2 nano gun, if I had to guess. Which means that that is going to be one tough son of a gun to kill. But we are making progress in the base here, so I don't think that that's necessarily horrible. Let's just go ahead and drop a couple of tier 2 point defense on the way, because a big portion of our survivability here is going to come from being able to just like put pressure on him and stop him from moving forward, buying ourselves time. Build the eco. He doesn't even have a tier 2 land factory yet. That is a weird one. No, he had no. No. That's the tier 2 ACU, because he does have tac defense. It's just not, there's no HQ. This is going to start vetting his commander, which is suboptimal, but I think that it is time. All right, we've got full E storage. Let's go ahead and do our gun upgrade. And then we're at a mass stall. Let's just attack move there. And I think that this is going to put us over the top for the win. Do we have enough power to finish this upgrade? Yes. Wow. Calculated. And that was that. Okay. Whoo. Can use the TML to kill PD. I could, yeah. That was suboptimal use. Too many things going on. Woof. Woof, 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 woof. All right. So Jonas, it looks like he had the same idea that I had, but he had it later, and later is not better in this case. So my entire goal from the beginning was to just do ever increasing amounts of land spam supported by the early economy that I brought online. I only had one mass stall that was, or power stall, sorry. That was like maybe 30 to 45 seconds. It wasn't that bad. But by the time I started getting all of my engineers online, I had so much freaking mass income. The expansions really didn't matter, and I was able to steal all of the reclaim from Jonas, which is what did matter. So, all in all, that went mostly according to plan. I don't think that that would have gone so smoothly versus someone who wasn't sleep deprived, because problems with my build. My air was way too late. I should have been abused by bombers a lot harder. I did not have a ton of early combat units, so I probably shouldn't have kept either expansion, to be honest. But I was able to keep the north one. And then I think that I shouldn't have been able to get as much map reclaim as I did, hypothetically speaking. So next time, what I need to do in the build is I need to have a little bit more tier 1 power over here instead of immediately going for 2 hydros as my entire power income. That doesn't give me enough. And then I need to go probably second air factory with the ACU over here, next to the hydro, adjacent to the hydro. Maybe even if I'm planning on doing tier 2 air, do the air factory here instead of the land factory. Because that would be my tier 2 HQ. And I would get power adjacency and mass adjacency off of it. So that would make it much more efficient. Especially for air, because that's so power hungry. Yeah, I think I should do like land here first, second air. With like 4 more P-gens, or 5 even. You can't really have too many tier 1 P-gens because there's so much reclaim and so much mass income. You eventually end up using it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I would call it. Oh, man. Yeah, that eco balance was on point with the energy storage, wasn't it? Calculated. Indeed. I think I had 500 something power, 600 something power in storage out of 14k at the end of that gun upgrade. I stalled a little bit of mass during the upgrade, but no power. So mass in, yep, I was ahead the entire game. And this is the early reclaim from both sides, sending that first engineer out, and then having 2 extra tier 2 mexes basically at every point in the game. And then this plateau here, I think, is where I tacked Jonas's 2 back mexes. I'm not sure that I got the forward one. I think I only got the 2 back ones. He had a tier 2, he had a TMD up pretty quickly. Jonas did not have more... Okay, he had a little bit more map control, yes. He didn't really have more mexes. I don't think. Maya, hey. Can you not, maybe? Alright, I call that a GG. Let's go again. He had the corner mexes. Oh, yeah, that's right. He did have the 4 mexes on the plateau. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he would have had way more mass extractors than I had, but that is completely counteracted by the amount of reclaim that I had and the amount of tier 2 mexes that I had. So I don't think that really came into play that much. I think also Jonas may have been suffering from a little bit of lack of intel, because there were a couple of points there where I think that he could have done some damage to my base. I'm not saying that it would have been consequential. It may have been a mass donation. I don't know. It kind of would have depended on how it played out. But it felt like on the right side especially, there were several points where I had too few units to actually cover for what he could have sent at me. So, yeah. You're never going to get 100% of what could have happened in a game. Like, the whole thing is a stack of fluid circumstances, and if one thing changes early in the game, then you won't even run into the situation that you did later in the game to speculate about. So, like, there's a limit to how useful very detailed speculation is, especially like 12, 13 minutes in, when you're talking about the finer points of maneuvering the land units that you have. But I really feel like I was weak on that right side. The middle, I wasn't really worried about. I had my commander there, and the middle is easier to guard because you can pull the units in from the side. If you have a side collapse, it's a lot more difficult to handle because you have to pull units from the other side of the map. Your travel time is twice as long for however many of your units are on the other half of the map. And then you expose your center to cover the side, which is significantly worse than exposing your sides to cover the center, because again, it takes you longer to get your units back into place, and around the edges the travel time of the enemy units is higher as well. So if you're talking about like folding back into your base to reestablish a hold, you're going to lose less stuff with units coming around the side on a map like that than units than leaving your center exposed and having no units to cover it, and they just punch through to your base. The exponential growth, especially at the start of the game, the system really is way too chaotic to play what if games that easily. Peggy, I am literally waving my hand all over right now talking, so you're not wrong. No, I wouldn't say that it's too chaotic to play what if. I don't think that there's no value to what if. It's just that you have to be cautious about hanging too much weight on any one particular circumstance. Very rarely is there a game that hinges on a single action. Obviously there's ACU snipes. Obviously there's a few things that do happen, but most games are a snowball. So it's better to play slow and steady. And those kinds of games are a little bit easier to predict. Limit the scope you're looking forward by. 30 seconds in the future is more predictable than 7 minutes. Yes, exactly. Okay, Valuil, I got you. Yeah. In team games too, that's one of the things that it makes it hard because you're trying to account for like 7 other people and their decisions rather than only a few, which a lot of times I'm relatively confident doing with the core group that I play with in crew because I've played so many games with them and we've talked a lot of game theory, so I know how they think to some degree. So it makes it a little bit easier, but it's still theory crafting in team games is not as useful as theory crafting in 1 versus 1, I don't think. We're going to pretend none of the crew can hear me, and I'm going to speculate for a minute. I actually think this is why we disagree on game outcomes sometimes. When we like play a game and things happen, and then at the end of it, I'm like, oh, but this and this and this and this. Usually when I'm evaluating a game, when it's in that atmosphere, I'm actually evaluating based on what I think specific people are going to be doing and not in a general game sense. And I think that that's where a lot of confusion comes up because Lape especially has phenomenal game sense that I would trust over mine even in most situations. But having played enough games with Lape, I know a few things about how he thinks and how he plays, and I think there's some safe assumptions that I make about his reactions that he doesn't agree with. Phenomenal. No, I make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. I am not a 2K plus rated player, and that's for good reason. But I have played like 16,000 hours worth of Supreme Commander at this point, and I hope that I've absorbed a few things. I hope. Dang, that'd be bad if I didn't. That would be oof. Fastest single thread CPU you can possibly buy. Oh, Gizgaz is asking the minimum PC build to run this. I'm trying to think. Honestly, I think the 3600 is where CPUs kind of hit their stride. It's like the 3600 or a 10,000 series Intel i5, but the Ryzen 3600 is basically better in every single way than that chip. Kind of depends on what you can find and what you want to pay for, to be honest. But yeah, like 3600 or newer AMD and 10,000 series Intel or newer is guaranteed to be like sub 150 CPU scores. You're never going to be the one that lags. And then the GPU doesn't really matter. This is not a GPU intensive game. But if you're looking at like bare minimum spec, an overclocked Sandy Bridge processor will play this game relatively okay. Um, I would say 2K series Ryzen is acceptable, a little on the slow side, but it's like you can play 90% of team games and not be a problem. And then on Intel's side, 6K series forward is like good. You don't have to do anything to it. You're not going to be the fastest person in the lobby, but you're rarely going to be the person causing the lag, and it's all good. To be fair, I was playing on an FX 6300. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's oof. Oof, 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 oof. Yeah. I'm not making definitive statements about hardware right now because of availability and pricing issues. That is definitely a thing. Dadgummit, we matched, and it appears that the other person does not have the map. So we're gonna have to wait in the queue again. Oh well. Um yeah. So FAF Supreme Commander. It is a deterministic simulation that has to be run. I'm trying to think of a good way to describe this in layman's terms that won't make people too angry with me for not being specific enough on the actual computer side of it. There's a bunch of things that have to be run sequentially. They can't be run in parallel. So effectively, it's a single thread simulation. Like the simulation itself is single thread. It will use more of your CPU because like the networking is on different threads and the AI I think is on the AI might be on the main thread. I'm not gonna I don't actually know on that one. But basically, to some degree, there are a few threads that it can separate, and then the main simulation thread, it can spread across a few cores. So like it will look like it's using more cores, but that thread has to be reassembled at the end because it has to run sequentially. So multiple cores working together on the simulation thread will never exceed a single thread working at full speed because of the reassembly that it has to do. So single thread speed is king, is the short version. The AI is a separate sim thread? Okay. And the UI is a thread, the sim is a thread, and then other random minor stuff is a thread. And networking is a thread. Yeah. But the actual simulation of the units and projectiles and all of that kind of stuff, it's all one. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Azrock. That's why I said I'm trying to find a way to explain it simply enough that it makes sense to everyone, but kind of sort of correctly enough that computer people don't get mad at me. And that was what I came to. But I know that's not exactly how it works. Yeah. When Supreme Commander was released in 2007, okay? So let me go back and see. I am pretty sure that dual cores were not even that mainstream in 2007. No, 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 that's wrong. There were quite a few dual cores on the market, but a lot of PCs were still single core and quad cores were not a thing. And then you have to remember that the game was in development for, however many years. So they would have been working off of what hardware was available before 2007. Okay, so in 2007, you could get an Intel Core 2 Extreme 4-core processor at 3 gigahertz, but almost all of the available processors were 2 cores. Hi. Thank you for brush. Do not have cam on. Belle just randomly showed up and is brushing my hair. I do not know why, but it feels kind of nice. Huh. What year was it that AMD released that really funky 3-core? CPU.
Hi, Tanoob.
Core 2 duos smashed Core 2 quads for price and performance at the time. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Peggy, I know. The 3-core AMD chips were really weird.
Hey, Azrock. Hi, Gizgas.
Everyone's just going to sequentially say hi.
Hi, Pico. Hi, Cybrin. Omega Cybrin.
The triple core was in 2007. Yeah. Yeah, I remember the triples being quads with 1 core disabled because it was like failed or lower frequency or whatever. Because I think I know the first year of manufacturing, maybe the first 2 years, there was modifications that you could do to get a quad core out of it. Like one of the cores might run slower, but you could get this is very distracting.
Hi, Evolureal.
Okay,
Hi,
brushing hair
Hi,
while I'm trying to
Gallery.
play ladder might not be beneficial.
Hi, Barley.
Thank you though.
Hi, Romad, Quantum Scientist.
This is your life now. You just hang out with me and say hi to people. Okay, cool. Alright, I'm versus this dude named Kelly. I don't recall playing this person before.
Ayo, assume it's a dude.
I mean, fair. You removed my ability to think. Why do head scritchies remove your ability to think? I cannot get my thoughts together to actually do the things. This is not good.
Hi, Peggy.
Someone help. He's fine. It's only a ladder game. Ha 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 ha.
I'm gonna say he's they are ranked, but it's
No, they're 8 rank higher than I am. Why is Pupper so bark?
I don't know.
He is very bent out of shape about something.
There's a racket down this. They're upset and back here. Down. Not going down.
He is so upsetty by all of the spaghetti.
Altieson, why you need help?
Have I considered rebending the Pupper? What? What are what are you talking about? I don't understand.
I'm out of shit.
Oh, duh. This is how brain dead I am right now.
Alluvial, what should up are these things kind of like whisks that open at the end? Give yourself head scratch.
They're very nice.
They're super.
They do pretty decent head scritchies. Oh no, it's the lab war in the middle. Wait, are we both? Oh, no. Okay. So, I am Aeon, he is Cybrin. PC's fine. Everything is fine. Will not worry about. I think I've already doomed myself, but we're just gonna kind of pretend that that hasn't happened. Okay, goodbye. Thank you for destroying my game.
Goodbye, chat.
Oh dear. All right. Okay. Yeah, I've screwed up. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it'll be fine. Who knows? Maybe this person has even less idea of how to play this map than I do. You know, like, it's always a possibility that this could be the case. Anything is possible, right? Oh no, there's a tank. Let me zigzag my labs. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Hey. Flare's OP, guys. Flare's so OP. I'm actually not kidding about that. They are very strong. Very strong. Okay. So basically, I'm just gonna build some power here. Hope for the best. This power stall's gonna suck, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna power stall hard, but it's fine. Whatever. I think that my brain just, like, gave up the ghost. And it doesn't really matter to me. Bum, 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 bum. I'm gonna pause there for a minute. Get a handle on this situation here. Hey, look at that. Alright, we gotta go do something about that. I don't understand why this is all working so well. This makes no sense whatsoever. Sandlers, thanks for the 3 months, dude. That prime sub up in here. Yeah, I'm playing very poorly. Do not take this as an example of how to play. You will regret all of your life choices. I am sorry for setting this example on stream. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, you deserve better. I have a whopping 3 land factories functioning. Yeah. That's not great. That's not great at all. At least we can build Auroras over here. Oh, that's a point defense. Hi. How much you want to bet his ACU is on the north? I bet his ACU is on the north. Get a tier 2 mass extractor. That totally makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, our map control is super weak, yo. Super duper weak. I also need intel. Go scout this again. He's got a tier 2 mass extractor already, which is not ideal, to be sure. And Flare's OP again. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. I also failed to get the outside reclaim on both sides, which is not a great start. Was his ACU there? I didn't actually see. I'm gonna go back for another pass. Okay, we're gonna do that. We do have engineers on the way. Those are in the queue, so that's good. And no commander. Okay, so he's somewhere over here then. Interesting. Very interesting. Grab a radar. Go get some reclaim. And then you two are gonna stop with 3 factories and go build over here. We do not have enough to take that on, so back that up. Alright, my mass situation, not great. Not great at all. We're gonna walk our commander up there, because I need to take that expansion away. ASAP. And then this stuff... Oof. Big gigantic oof. I think, yeah, my opponent only has one tier 2 mass extractor still. Let's go ahead and get a second one upgrading. And it looks like that's his commander right there. And 2 land factories in the base. He does not have very many land factories, actually. Can we just run him over? Is that a thing that we can do? That might be a thing that we can do, actually. Okay, we're going to run with that plan. Because right now, we have, like, extremely superior map control. And a lot more land units. Like, a lot more land units. I think this is fine. I just need to make sure that I don't get sniped, because that would kind of suck a lot. Also, pretty sure I don't have any artillery in here whatsoever. Yeah. And he's got a tier 1 point defense there. So what we're going to do is we're going to casually get the range upgrade, which is quite cheap. And then the power upgrade, of course. And then we'll just calmly walk in, and he will be able to do absolutely nothing about it. Rightsy doodles. So we're also going to take these and queue them up north, because it looks like the majority of his units are on the north at this point. And I am going to need the assist. He's a little nervous about my kiting capabilities, which he should be. I'm Aeon. Did not expect him to sit back that far, though. And that is a tier 2... Is that Wagner's? That's Wagner's. Okay, so that's a tier 2 factory, which is not the end of the world, but not ideal. I'm gonna go send 3 tanks over here. Let's get the Medusas. That's not super great. I'm just gonna stall through this upgrade. I don't care anymore. I think that my brain broke somewhere along the way. Oof. We'll pause the air factory to help this happen quicker. And then you fine fellows, we are going to build some more power. Yay! Woo! 25. I already have the range, so if he comes in range, I'm like a tier 2 point defense sitting here, to be honest. So that shouldn't be too much of an issue. And then this over here is kind of sacrificial, to be honest. I don't particularly need to keep that. I would rather have a firm hold on the north. Right now, this is just playing denial, to be honest. That's a lot of Medusas high. Oh, dear. Yeah, mass stall is normal, actually potentially desirable in some situations. And power stall means that you're losing mass potential, which is not good. So generally speaking, you never, ever, 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 ever want to mass stall. Or power stall, rather. But realistically speaking, everybody's going to do it once in a while. That was a really poor game choice on my part. Like, you don't want to be power stalled for that long a period of time. But right now, this is just kind of how the game is going. Okay. He's trying to swarm my ACU. He's not going to be successful. I need to get another tier 2 here. At some point, we're going to have to start worrying about TMD. So I'm going to go ahead and tier 2 this. We have a lot of reclaim incoming right now. We're also going to start storing some units here, because inevitably this is going to get wrecked. So let's kill the point defenses from out of range. Speed this up. Yeah, I think I'm going to speed this up. I won't lose very many tanks, and it'll help me get this faster. And then we want to keep this up here, because there's always the possibility. Yep, he's tier 2 air. Okay, so basically, there is a very, 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 very high chance, if not an absolute certainty, that he is going to try to Corsair snipe me at some point. And now he's got Mongoose to negate the range advantage. So I'm kind of on a ticking timer right now to get this stuff done as quickly as possible because every moment now is a moment where he gets a little stronger and I get relatively a little bit weaker. So we're going to do our air there, unpause our air factory, get another air factory to make certain that we don't lose air. That is the commander over on that side. So we're going to withdraw completely and abandon this edge. And then I'm going to try to wreck his base faster through this side than he wrecks my base through the other side. Basically the sum total of how this is going to go down. So all of this crap needs to be here. All of this crap, minus the interceptors, needs to be there. And then the ACU needs to just walk his way in casually. And then you two, that. And then once we get the tier 2 here, we drop a T2 P-Gen and then start building up some higher tier units that can deal with the hoplites and or the potential air control that he's going to be having coming in. Do I need to risk my ACU on the front here? Let's go ahead and ping this in and see. There's a chance that I do, but if I don't, it would be better to not die to cheese. But it looks like... Yeah, okay. So that's going to be some PD. Right. Let's go ahead and win air. Make sure that he doesn't get any bold, bright ideas. Uh-oh. I'm mass overflowing. I've committed the cardinal sin. Right. Sea Doodles. Tier 2. Obsidians. Go there. And P-Gen. Okay. I'm going to bring my ACU in. I think it's going to be necessary. Crap. And I just lost air because I wasn't microing. Freaking A. No. I'm fine. I'm good. Inti micro is very weird. They turn so slowly that, like, it's difficult at some point. No, I don't want to stop. Never mind. It's difficult at some points to, like, figure out exactly where they need to be. But when you can get it figured out, it's pretty dang good. Okay, we're going to assist that, and then we're going to go double E-Storage, because E-Storage for overcharge. And then I'm going to get another T2 P-Gen, because we need to have just an overabundance of power for rapid fire overcharge to survive this onslaught here. And then we're just going to calmly move in. Where's my... There it is. Count that. Yes, I see you. Get out of here. Okay. So basically, I am going to pound these point defenses into oblivion.
Commander under
And cover my ACU with the units here. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. The point defense are the problem for my Auroras. The DPS on the Auroras just owns everything else. So once the point defenses are down, we just walk into the base and we're done.
attack.
Oh crap!
Commander under attack. Commander under attack.
Damn it. Damn it. I knew that it was going to be there. I knew it. I didn't see exactly where he was storing the Corsairs. Frickin' A. Look how little he had. I had that game so won, and then I died to stupid. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm not sure that I had these scouted. That was a mistake. I think that probably my scout from the south would have seen the Corsairs, but I just didn't, I wasn't looking at that intel at that point in time. I had my overcharge. He had a fair few tier 2 tanks, but I could have overcharged those, no problem. Yeah, if I would have seen that just a little bit earlier, I could have saved myself. 3-1. 3-1. Walking directly to the water would have killed me. Like, I was losing less HP by dodging. You have to get fairly deep in the water for the AoE not to hit you. And then he had Wagners too. Like, all of this, well, nope, there are a couple of rhinos. The Wagners have torps, like relatively decent-ish torps, all things considered. So if I made it into the water at like 500 HP, oh, excuse me. Oh, those are painful hiccups. The Wagners would have killed me underwater. Big freaking oof. That was so close. That was so close. There were several different ways where that could have gone slightly differently, and I could have done a better job. I did have an atrocious start. Like, just straight up, the start was real bad. And then I actually managed to waste mass on Loki, which is a thing that should not even be possible, but I somehow did it. But oof. Oof, 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 oof. Less of a shame dying to Corsairs than Wagner Torps. Wagner Torps are not terrible. They're like, the only thing that they lack is range on the torpedoes. They're actually fairly mass equivalent to tier 1 subs. They have a lot more HP and a little bit less DPS. They're not viable as a Navy unit, because they move slower than the tier 1 subs and they're shorter range. So the subs can just kite to infinity as long as someone's paying attention, and the Wagners all just die. But the cumulative HP total is so much higher. Because, like, what? Wagner has 1,400? No, 1,200 HP? Something like that. Yeah, Regal. They have a shorter view range as well. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think that looking back on it, I should not have walked my ACU that far away from the water with the knowledge that he had tier 2 cyber and air. I just kind of assumed that I had caught him early enough because he lost air, and normally you wouldn't try to build a Corsair snipe while you were not in air control. But he had 3 air factories down at the bottom working, so he was able to produce interceptors and produce Corsairs, and he was getting them out of the base, and I did not check my scouting intel. That was oof. Yeah, if I had not died there, he was 100% dead. There was nothing he could do about it. Like, he lost all of his build power. He would have had his tier 2 land HQ, but 80% of his mass income would be dead. I would kill the T2P gen shortly thereafter. He'd have very little build power. That was, yeah. Ooh. Sandro, I hope you get it done, dude. So 297 mass for a 1200 HP Wagner, 360 mass for a 525 HP T1 sub. So it's not quite 3 times as much HP per mass. It's like 1.7 something. 1/6 off of 525 would be like 445, let's round it. And then 400, let's do 440. And 440 times 3 would be 1,200, 1,320 versus 1,300 HP, just like as a rough guesstimate. So, yeah. Huh. It's screw building Navy. Cybern land is way better in Navy than Cybern Navy. No. Torp range is equal, same rate of fire. I guess it was the vision radius I was thinking of then. Because something was shorter with the Wagner than with the T1 sub. I do know that for sure. Ugh, the brain burn is freaking real. I don't know why I am so tired lately. Wagtorps deal 15 damage over 2 shots. T1 subs are 10 damage shots. I think that those numbers might be off, because I'm pretty sure that the T1 subs have higher DPS. I'm not going to swear up and down by it, but we did these calculations a little while ago, and there's some kind of weird behavior with, like, the subs launching multiple torps at the same time or something. So there's, like, 2 torps at once, and it's actually double the listed DPS. There's something weird. There's something weird with the way that the damage calculation is done with the database that makes the database wrong. And the sub ends up having like 2 times as much DPS. So do not roll the 2020 map from the map generator. If you get it, just accept the immediate Control K and move on. But why though? That sounds like fun. Wagner in the T1 Navy, Hover in the T2. Ooh, T2 Navy, Megalith in the T3 Navy. Where do you get the hover for the T2 with Cybern? Do you just like borrow an engineer from someone? Although it is kind of funny. I have seen before a big swarm of frigates being on a shore and someone just like charge the water line with Wagners, and most of them make it in the water and they kill 2 or 3 frigates as they're on the shoreline. And then over the course of a couple of minutes, the Wagners just eat all of the frigates off the shore. It's kind of hilarious. T2 hover. Are you talking T2 hover engineers? Because Wagners are the T2 units and they don't hover. The Wag's DPS is calculated at 8, while the sub's DPS is calculated at 38. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is there was a pretty big gap. Pretty big gap. Yeah, Regal, you can land a generated map on the roll now. Like, it will just randomly generate a 20-kilometer map on the spot. Hey, we actually got into a game. Yay. I'm Aeon, woo. Oh, crap. Nope, I'm Cybern. I got the Aeon loading screen, but I ended up being Cybern. That's weird. Reverse is Tursto on a traditional ladder map. Tursto is going to kick my butt. This is going to be a loss, but I'm going to do the best that I can. Do I want to go raiding? I don't want to go raiding. Do I want to go raiding? Do I want to go raiding? I don't want to go raiding. All right, so we got 1 engineer for the Hydro. We got 1 engineer for the back and the reclaim. 1 engineer for this and the reclaim. 2 Mantis and a Scout to guard, and then repeat to get a good amount of engineers out on the field. So the map is Cobalt Valley. This one is hard. Basically, it's an optimization map because you only get like 5 mass extractors that are kind of sort of guaranteed to you, kind of. So you end up having to rely entirely on reclaim and on the superiority of your build order and all of these other little pieces of nonsense that are incredibly frustrating to deal with. So yeah, we're just going to kind of see how this goes. I may also be in for a slight mass stall. We're going to go grab the big rock over here before we come back and get the mechs and then go and reclaim, I think. Do that. Gonna go grab that rock, that mix, that rock, and a little point defense. Oh, because that's a good choke point, to be honest. Alright, we've got the 2 here. We're versus Seraphim. Do we think he's going to go air? This actually makes a relatively large difference for me. I'm going to say air. I'm going to say air is a high probability. Let's do that. This Mantis, I'm going to send... Hey, look at that. He saw me on radar and pulled his lab out. Or Selin, I should say. He's a Selin. I'm just going to leave these 2 tanks over here. This is going to kill me playing passively, but I'm going to play passively because Let's go Jester Memes. That seems like a good plan, right? Totally. Totally. Oop, nope, hold on. We already got factories building. Let's do that. Hey, he's a bomber. Look at that. And now he knows that I have a Jester out. Yay. Alright, we're gonna have to get a little bit more air out here. Oh, you absolute tryhard. You hover bombing son of a diddly. Why? Yeah, and he had 2 interceptors out. Okay, the oof. I don't know if I'm gonna recover this. How in the hell is this bomber not dead? Excuse me. No. That is illegal. Okay. That's...
Commander under attack.
Okay, so he's just gonna come in and straight up engage me. Let's just, like, take this bet that we have more units in the middle. Because I think that if I don't tie him here, we're screwed. So I'm just gonna go out with the goal of tying him and maybe kill him. That is basically how I'm going to do this. Hi, Tursto. Welcome to the party. You wandered out into the middle and you got no units. Hi. Hello. Please don't vet. Hey, look, a Jester. Let's send that in for good measure. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay. Best case scenario here is a draw, I think.
Commander under attack.
He's trying to block me, slash my units. Okay. I think that I can get around him.
Commander under attack.
Yeah, I got a control K. Ooh. Yeah, I thought that I could maybe get close enough to him again, but... And that's the level of skill I expected from you. Alright, you don't have to be an asshole. Really? Really? I think that snipe mode has been removed. Like, I'm 80% sure that snipe mode has been removed. Because they said in the last patch that the ACU had been reverted to prior targeting behavior. And I'm not sure if that's something to do with the targeting priority on the shift itself or if it's the removal of the snipe mode. I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong. The block was unfair. No. Like, blocking is fair game. It is pathfinding. I think... Let me see. I think it is considered to be bad form / potentially illegal behavior to build a factory to block pathfinding. Like, where you build a factory on the diagonal at the very edge of your build range and force an ACU to turn around and walk back into you. I think that that's considered bad gaming behavior. But blocking with units definitely isn't. Yeah. It might be the level he expected, but he drew, so he's on the same skill level. Leoka, yeah, you're right. And his ACU was way the hell out of position. Like, there is no reason his ACU should have been that far forward. None. Especially not when he had all of his units that far away from his commander. Yeah, he tried to bully with his ACU and he paid the price for it. Yeah, if I had overcharge, it would have been a straight win. But I didn't really have the mass for that at that point. So, yeah, one overcharge on that big clump of units and I would have just walked in and killed him. He was just being salty about his own bad commander positioning. As bad as that start was, though, like, that was honestly best case scenario for me. He just walked right into it. I don't think that I could have won that game straight up. My brain has completely given out. I think that is actually going to be it for me today, guys. I am really sorry. I did not want to do a short stream today, but my head is just leaving me. I don't have anything left in the tank. Right. Aside from some rare examples, you are about as guilty for letting your opponent do something to you as they are guilty for doing it. Yeah, I am notorious for bad ACU placement. Like, I have walked into my own death so many freaking times. Wait, am I remembering this right? I think I'm remembering this right. Both of the losses from the tournament on Saturday were because I had my ACU out of position. And I died and my teammate wasn't able to save it. Granted, one of those was a bait by Dentist, and I don't feel super bad about that one because Dentist is an exceptionally good player and he deserved that win. But one of them definitely was just like a miscalculation on my part. I screwed up. And there were a couple of relatively close calls. It can be a balancing game and a difficult one to play it right, because an aggressive commander at tier 1 is super important, because it's the old adage, your ACU is worth about 20 T1 tanks. So if it's in the fight, it's countering 20 tier 1 units, like, it's going to decide the battle if the other person's ACU is not in the correct place. So using your ACU on the front is really important, and soaking damage with your ACU on the front is really important, because that's damage that's not reducing the damage potential of your tanks, because the 15 or 20, I forget how many it is, tanks that it takes to total the ACU HP, the ACU deals 100 DPS from the time that it is spawned onto the map until the time that it dies or gets a gun upgrade and the DPS changes. Whereas with tanks, every tank that dies is a decrease in the overall DPS of the group, because that tank is no longer shooting. So soaking with your ACU is important, But if you soak too much, you die. And if you get too far in front of your units because you're soaking, you die. And if you don't soak efficiently enough, too many of your tanks die and you die. It gets complicated. So, yeah. If 20 T1 tanks and the ACU stand in one spot, they're going to tie? No. So, I think that 20 T1 tanks straight up kills an ACU. If the ACU is on the edge of the group walking away, so like it's effectively kiting, and the tanks are not actively trying to block it and swarm it, if they're just like moving, the ACU wins like 9 times out of 10. And then if the ACU has an overcharge, it always wins. And if the ACU has a gun upgrade, it's worth like 30 tanks, potentially more. And some of that also is determined by the micro of the units around your ACU, because you can prevent your ACU from getting swarmed. Basically, what kills ACUs in the T1 phase is getting surrounded, because the range is very short on tier 1 units. So if you have your ACU, I actually have a video about this. There's a video tutorial about this on the YouTube channel. If you have your ACU and it's surrounded by units out here, you're only getting damaged by the front crowd, and you can kill as they come in. But if you're completely surrounded, all of the tanks can fire at you at the same time. The effective DPS is significantly higher. And I just triggered the credits! Woo! Okay, so for real, I'm just gonna scroll the credits, and I'm done. I'm done. Hold on. Why are the credits not rolling? Stop! Maybe they'll show up. Hey! Okay, bye.